Hello, this is Vulturefire, and I am planning to do a Silan Dirtle run, basically. I'm going to start from scratch because I'm planning to do something slightly different than the Silan builds I had been working with. Specifically, my plan here is to go through and use Occult Ritual as my primary win condition. And before I actually get into the deck, so the reason why is that Silan's level 10 passive, your cards deal 1% more damage and apply 1% more status for every shield that you have. So that percentage bonus is going to apply to your the base status or the base damage done by a card. Which for increasing cards, that base amount goes up every time you play them. Which means that by combining this with Occult Ritual, I should be able to maximize how much value I'm getting out of that. I can theoretically, so if I have 50 shield, then I get 50% more to all of Occult Ritual every time I play it. And so that's my plan. And the other thing is of course, that the Occult Ritual deck tends to take some turns to spin up, which means that I will have enough time to really take advantage of, to really build up and thus take advantage of the shield. All right, so with all that said, let's get to building. So we only need one Occult Ritual. And then we're going to make that our deck image, of course. And then we need a card art. That's pretty arcane card art. And so, let's see, what else do we need here? First thing I usually like to add is mana. And since the Occult Ritual is our only mana option, is our only whatever option, it seems very likely that we will end up using Resolute Focus. We'll end up using a bunch of skills, which means that Resolute Focus ends up being pretty good. We may also take Siphon Card and Void Focus because that can be a very powerful package. I have mostly done the discard package with Inna because Inna gets kind of the most value out of it, but it can do good work on any character. I think we run one Reclamation. I don't like running a ton of them. So if we run these, the big thing is though, like one of the big advantages to the discard package is that you get to use Rummage, which generates wits, which helps power Brilliant Idea for Inna, which is irrelevant to Silan for obvious reasons. I think I'm going to run one Focus, one Gambler's Focus, and maybe one Predict. It's not my favoritist, but it does technically generate 3 mana, and we are playing a longer game, so it may be fine. Overflowing Barrier seems good. I think that we are going to be playing, this deck is one that can probably use that. We do want Tough Generation. We want Tough and we want Sturdy. Frozen Hide then becomes very good. Heavy Stand is always good when you're doing these dirtily decks. We probably want at least one Keen Contemplation. And then we need one more card. One of the nice things is because we are playing Silan, we will have Cannon Blasts to help supplement everything. I don't like Gambler's Focus and Frozen Hide. That's a combination I don't like. So the question becomes, what's the other card that I run if I'm not going to run? Maybe I do this package just because it lets me. I would need the Rummages. We'll try it. We'll see how it goes. So far, I have only used that combination with Inna, like I said, but I'm curious to see how it will go. And Rummage works pretty well with Reclamation. We would need to cut a card. We may not need the Keen Contemplation in that case, in the starting deck, because we've got the Rummages for card draw. Although we definitely want Keen Contemplation in the pool. So that seems okay. We'll see how it goes. I'm not totally sold on this setup, but because our only discard payoff here is the Void Focus, but that is potentially a lot of value. And in that case, we do want Ancestral Memory and we do want Benevolent Idol, because both of those tend to be pretty good in this. Arcane Crystal I like, Increasing Mana I like, Dispel Magic I like. Peace of Mind I like, always. Basically, Strenuous Vigor just enables so many shenanigans. So, Royal Coverage is card draw, which is nice, but I don't know if that's my favoriteest thing. It's good, but it's not necessarily amazing. Adrenaline Potion, we're planning to play a long enough game that I think Adrenaline Potion would be worse than Mana Eruption. Empower is probably worse than... Empower is definitely worse than Strenuous Vigor, but it does still open up some angles of exploitation, so I think we take it. And Royal Coverage is a lot worse now than it was, just because the other options around it got better. Deranged Insight just gives us another way to into the game in a more reasonable length of time, but I still don't think I love it. Could just be the Mana Surge. Alright, so we definitely want Mind Seed. We definitely want probably Poison Draught, Precarious Draught. Predator's Focus is normally pretty sketchy, but because Silan has the Cannon Blast, I think I can actually run it here. I think Cultivate's obviously going to be good. I don't think, though, because the Runic Focuses need precise timing, I don't think I like them as much as I like the Predator's Focuses. I think we do want to try and get Endure working. I think Stroke of Genius we probably will be able to make work because we will have these rummages. It's possible that's not the case. Again, I'm used to playing Inna, which is a different sort of thing. I don't know how I feel about Blessed Strike. Cleansing Shield I do like. Defensive Mod I like a lot. I don't like Mental Growth still. Regrowth is very good. Stone Skin is very good. Sharpened Senses can be okay. The fact that its upgrade isn't Evasion 2 is very unappealing. Brainstorm is good. Contemplate is good, especially with the discard sub-theme. Hex Bolts is pretty good. Gives us some extra damage. I don't love Spirit Helm overall, but it does give us more shield. Or, I mean, it does give us more growth, and having more ways to keep growth can be helpful. I don't like Hex as much. I think it's a little too expensive to do. So Overthink versus Invest is the other choice here. We can also run Revelation, but I don't think I like it quite enough. I do like Blazing Ritual. I don't think I like Mana Barrier. So we'll probably have enough that this would be a draw 4. But I think unless you can get Mana Boost up, Height of Knowledge is not going to be worthwhile. So I think we will run the Resolute Focus, and I could see myself wanting maybe another Void Focus. Probably just another Siphon card. I definitely want the ability to get more Rummages. I think I probably want the ability to get Keen Contemplation. Let's see. So we don't have any ways to actually generate shield outright. So the question becomes, which ones do we want? I think Spirit Helmet is kind of appealing because it is growth 3. Which again, having some way to get growth is nice. Do we end up putting the Overflowing Barrier in? Yes. Okay. Oh, we could probably run Mind Over Body. Let's look at other sturdy options. I don't think we want more of those. I don't think we may want to Invigorate at some point. I'll have to consider that one. Other tough generation. We've got I think we've got enough good tough generation. Trial by Fire is also tempting. But I think, what was the card I was talking about 5 seconds ago that I said I might want? Oh, Invigorate. Okay. So we are very dirtily. We have purchased everything. We don't have any extra max shield, but we do have extra max mana, which is nice. And we need to do this occult following. No, we're going to call this, because this is occult classic. I don't know what's classic about it since we're using a bunch of new cards, but this is on beta, so I mean, Occult Ritual isn't a new card, but we can claim that this is the classic build. This doesn't do anything for us. Sure, we'll try and set up Thirsty Fang. Oh, hey, right. These are now differently colored. So these guys we want to fight for Toughen. These guys we don't care about, but we don't really care about either of these either. And Mana Dance can make things a lot easier. So I think we start... I don't think it matters. I mean, this fight is slightly easier than this fight, and I don't care about any of the cards, so I'll take the slightly easier fight. And if we rummage away the healing potions, we don't need it right now. I think we Reclamation that. So one of the big things is we are pretty dependent on setting up we're pretty dependent on upgrading our most important card relatively quick. Occult Ritual fairly quick, because until Occult Ritual gets upgraded, it is a much worse card before it is upgraded. I guess we go ahead and apply some Arcane and then prep it. And thanks to the level 10 passive, we actually had just enough damage. Let's see. I think we rummage discarding the Overflowing Barrier. I don't think I want to play it. I do like the idea of popping yield. That freezes us. No, it doesn't. It doesn't quite freeze us, so we can play that. And now we just need to find our Occult Ritual again, and we win. Alright, Regrowth is very good for us. We don't have Hobble. That's a kind of big oversight. But we do have, of course, the Flash Bomb. But still not having... The only other way we could get access to Weak is if we find specifically that thing. Sorry, my brain has decided to just go on walkabout. It happens. Often. The only way that we could find Weak is off of specifically the Shadowbone Dragon card, which, unless we fight specifically Shadowbone Dragon, won't appear. So let's go do that. So we can set up Tough again. This hurts us a lot to play because we take 8 just playing it, which I don't think there's any way that that pays off. So we're going to take a little bit of damage here, but hopefully we can avoid taking any more damage this fight. I think I pitched that. Do I want whatever back? I don't even know why I bothered. It's literally just a waste of mana. Alright, I should have been more careful to avoid getting that kill so that I could set up the Thirsty Fang, but you know, I don't think it matters a ton. Alright, playing this freezes us. I think we do it anyway. Sure. May as well. So now, I think we start by digging for that thing that spike. Okay, so now we can Thirsty Fang gets knocked out. 3. I think we like having the ability to get access to Purity. This is theoretically very good for our deck, but I think starting Purity rank is more valuable overall. This has a chance of giving us an upgrade. Sweet, which means that we can now upgrade Occult Ritual, which makes the deck flow a lot better. We definitely need to find a Keen Contemplation, though. Do I want to Reclamation anything? Sure. Alright. So the nice thing is, because these guys hit 5 times, the Assault Wisps hit 5 times, if we can play the Frost Barrier, or that's not the name of the card, my brain is blanking on what the card is actually called, we will get to... Oh, this is actually very good, because then that's just in like now. So we don't have to worry about whether or not I can freeze it. Go ahead and play weak, and so do that. I can Overflowing Barrier, I may as well. Okay, so the Occult Ritual is... Oh, well, yeah, because we've got no cards left to draw, so I just need to rummage. Regrowth, or rummage. Sure, guarantee some mana for next turn. Blow up that second powerful. And then just block the incoming damage. Yeah, if this was a Hobble, I think we'd be much happier. But alas, it is not. So yeah, because you see this is now 5 mana, which is pretty good. I think we can pitch that. There's a decent chance we end up playing that, I think. Dunk. I should have played it first so that we could get the extra bonus from the Silan level 10. Also, then we could have sequenced it differently so that we could get to whatever this turn. Let's freeze ourselves. Oh, right, we have the Purity now, so makes the barrier a lot safer. I think we play that. That was a very risky play, because if we had gotten it actually Occult Ritual, we would have been very sad. But we didn't, so, you know, it's fine. Sequencing here is a little awkward, because what I want to do is regrowth the Occult Ritual, but I wouldn't have mana to play it. So I wouldn't have mana to play it anyway, so what I'm going to do... Oh, Cannon Blast. I'm going to take the Mind Seed. I'm kind of tempted to cut the Overflowing Barrier, but I think we may need it later. The Warcry is less important since we did pick up the Huzmawat, but I think we'll keep it for now. And there we go. I don't think we need that yet. We do get to just laugh at this attempt to put Leech on us. The Purity is not going to last long after that, though, because the Envenom is going to eat our Purity pretty quick. We don't need it shield yet. Well, yeah, well. Again, I keep sequencing poorly. See where that finds us. Okay, I wasn't paying attention because that means that this isn't traveled into the deck, which is unfortunate. Let's see. That makes sense, I think. I don't think we actually need to play that. I think we'd rather just shield up harder because we've already dealt with this in Venom for the turn. Alright. Sure, we'll go ahead and do that now. Purity continues to be helpful. I think we don't need that. Do we want to give up our frozen hide? So I think we do this so that we have the regrowth for next turn. And then I think we do that, and we are going to give up one of our purity to get the frozen hide, but... Oh, but we also get to get the... We would have had the freeze regardless, but, you know. You think that is... Leaves us with 8, so we have... So if we do this, we have enough to do what we want, which is to immediately bring it back. I played it too soon. If you the Occult Ritual doesn't go to the discard pile until you have fully finished resolving all of its arcane blasts, which meant that, yeah, I've talked about that in at least one other video, and I don't think it's technically a bug, it's just very annoying. But it's fine, we drew back into it. I keep, one of these days, I keep not deciding that I'm going to play that until, anyway, get more growth, and then we just blast, which gets the kill. Alright, our discard sub-theme isn't fully there. I think the Peace of Mind is a little bit better. This is... So this, the advantage of taking the Magic Plate is the Magic Plate lets us set up for if we get Strenuous Vigor or Empower later, whereas the Aether Mantle works well with the Occult Ritual and the Cannon Blasts. I think we take it. F. That's really annoying. I didn't take the upgrade or the removal because I was clicking too quickly. Allegedly, a warning for that is going to happen eventually, but missing out on an upgrade is a big deal because we have a lot of upgrades that we really want. Let's see what we can find if we do that. So I think we want to play this last so that we can potentially... All right, I was thinking if we had anything that would self status us, because that trips the Aether Mantle. I'm gonna do that, and then I need to do this. So I have enough mana to do that, and then this kills that, and we dodge the Frail but not the Leech. Okay. So, I think I rummage away the Warcry. I don't think we're playing that this turn. And then, if we set up Adept, we get more value out of this, which is enough to kill, I think, either of them. So we'll go ahead and kill that one. And that also gets the kill. It's not worth setting up for the max health. Okay, Endure gives us another way to get plated, which is nice. These are the same fight, leading into the same fight. It doesn't matter. Alright, So we have to play this. And then the question is just, do we play... I think we do, because this is going to get this kill. And shutting that down just makes our life much easier. Oh, and I forgot that this sets up Taunt. That makes that even more important. This is a very unfortunate thing. Especially because we didn't set up Tough on the previous turn. But it's fine. I think we're going to need this mana. Will we? Yes. So we can pop this, which doesn't quite get us the kill here. So I think we just pop you. We take a little bit of damage. And we get poppity pop, which means that now, lethal. Okay. I'm deciding if we're willing to pass up Purity for Blaze. I think we just take the Predator's Focus. It's kind of a tough choice, but... Okay, so the Shield Bot doesn't work well with our Peace of Mind, but I think we're fine with that. And then we're hoping to get a Toughen here. I don't think I have any rerolls, but if we get a reroll, I'm willing to spend it on trying to get Toughen. That. Just get our mana back. Alright, so we can get Overflowing Barrier and Sturdy and Adept. We can set up a Plated, but I don't know if that's worth it because it does remove all but one of our tough. I think Endure needs to be upgraded since we aren't playing Inna. So we lose our tough, so this number, yeah, it goes way up. Fortunately, we have various ways to deal with things. I think we're fine with that. Get rid of one of this. Oh, the Plated didn't matter because it was going to go away anyway. Alright, and then we take a tiny amount of damage because we have Shield Bot. There's some mana. More mana. Alright. That's lethal. Okay. I really would have liked Toughen, but we will take a Cleansing Shield. I didn't even see what our other bonus was, but it obviously wasn't a reroll. I don't think it was a removal. So either I just clicked past another upgrade like a genius, or it was a Rest Supplies. And I think... Oh, I'm not paying attention at all. My head was still thinking about those Rest Supplies. It's fine. We do get that, which is a bit nice. We get... We discard that. Because even though we could set up one Plated, I don't think Plated is that valuable in this particular fight. I don't think we necessarily need that. Rummaging isn't going to help. I think more Purity might, though. And yeah, just every time we could block any debuffs, we're happy. Let's kill you. Do that. Yeah, fortunately we get more poison. Cleansing Shield helps a little bit. I don't think we're going to Cannon Blast. Okay. That is, I think, what we have to play this turn. And I think we target it here so we can get rid of this powerful. Which helps a little bit. Okay. So now we can Endure. Which gets us 1 plated. Which isn't much, but, you know, it's something. And now we take damage, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't have that much actual shield generation, which ends up being a problem against all of this poison because there's just not enough purity in the world. Like, purity obviously helps some, but there's only so much it can do. Okay, we managed to exactly line up. That's exactly what I was planning. I'm very clever, and I do everything on purpose. Alright, we now eat so much poison damage. Do that first. Doesn't actually, I think, end up being a net positive for us, but so close. So good kill. Okay, we can do this and to regrowth it, which I think should be lethal. We can get a little bit of healing here. 1, 2, 3. It's not quite lethal, which is perfect. Alright, everything's fine. Arcane Crystal is very tempting. We don't quite have the setup for it yet, but I think that it's very good to have. And then I think Duplication Tome. Tiny Book is very good, but Duplication Tome is even better. I think Endure... Okay. This change did end up happening in this patch, which is that Endure Plus... and I recommended this change. Because I think it was necessary, which is that you only lose 2 tough... You still lose 2 tough even when it's upgraded, because I think it was too strong when you lost 1. Which is why I was going for that as my upgrade. I think with that in mind, it's either the Peace of Mind Plus for the extra purity, or I think it is the Rummage Plus for the extra draw. So I think Rummage is relatively weak, but Rummage Plus is very good. I think we go. Man, it would be really cool if we had 2 Rummages right now, wouldn't it? I think we just take all of these events, because I don't think we care about any of the discard cards. We're not quite hard enough in the discard. We definitely don't care about the Dragonfly cards. So yeah, we can now play Rummage Plus and draw 2 cards. We get Arcane Crystal, which is fun. Although we can't do much with it, unfortunately. We do probably end up duplitoming the... We may end up having to duplicitome the Cannon Blast. Because we need to get out enough Arcane to pop both of the... No, we don't have to. Popping one of them is good enough. We want to get the Arcane Leak going. And that's actually very good for us. Alright. So we don't have to deal with them setting up Arcane Leak this turn, which is nice. We can set up a little bit of Plated. Keep going at you. Alright. Oh right, the Frozen was where the extra point of damage came in. I was trying to figure out, because I thought it was going to be at just the right point where we could tag it with whatever. I don't think we need the Arcane Crystal yet. We really need card draw to go with the Arcane Crystal, which we just don't have yet, but that'll happen eventually. But Could have gotten lethal here if I had lined things up properly, but I didn't. So we go boom, but you're on lose purity. This lets us heal. Couldn't get that back because we can. We do not have, and that's lethal. Let's just kill. Extra max health, I don't care that much about from Thirsty Fang. Like, I'm going for it when I can, but if we don't get it, it's not the end of the world. I think I like the Gathering Bolt. The Mind Over Body is also very good, though, for what it does for us. I haven't been paying attention to whether or not we actually have the Wits generation to sustain it, though. We do have 3 things that give Wits. No, we have 4 things. We could probably sustain this. I think we do need a little bit more actual shield generation. I think Mystic Ritual I would have taken, but yeah. I don't think 1-to-1 card draw is what we need most. Start here because this just it's relatively easy to chunk down. And so the question becomes, what all do we play here? I think Duplicitome on these 2 kind of makes sense. Just for the heck of it. Get more mana. Hey, now. Alright. Discard that. Sure. There's a chance, there's a reasonable chance that a summon ends up happening here. Unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world. I don't think we need that this turn. Yeah, we get pretty close to that kill. We have 1 plated now. And yeah, we're doing pretty good on that. This lets us endure for more plated value. And then we need to focus the front one because that's the one that can hatch. The other one can't summon because it's already summoned. Sure. Doesn't actually really do anything to do that, but I wanted to, so I did. Okay. The back one's going to freeze itself, which is funny. Okay. We can play that, so it's a little bit of mana. I would love a Keen Contemplation. I think that's kind of the card that I want most. I would also love to see a defensive mod, I think. None of these are any of those. I think the the Burning Focus. That's not super useful to us. This could be more useful. I think we take the Mask because we don't have any. We don't have any whatchamacallits. We only have 1 more trinket slot left. We don't have any more accessory slots left. So even though it's relatively low value. I do now wish, though, that I had Tiny Book for the purposes of getting access to stuff. So I do like the idea of setting up all of this Wits and whatever. I think there's a decent chance we'll want that healing at some point later, so I will not play it yet. So the nice thing about all this purity is that we are going to be fairly safe from ever getting shocked, which is going to be important. Am I going to want to play this turn? I think we see what pitching that gives us. Yeah. Now we play this. Yeah. So far, the cleansing shield hasn't been that useful for the shield portion, just because we've been doing such a great job at shielding. Sorry, my brain isn't working. We've been able to do such a good job at purity. So I think we do that. And I think we do set that up. This is what we're going to Reclamation, of course. Oh, right, we do get an Arcane Rune from this. Managed to line up Exactsies. So yeah, so far I would say that this is going pretty well. We'll take that back just because it lets me pump up one of these. The mana, the very, very slight discard package isn't doing much for us. That part I've been unimpressed with, but the rest of it. I think I still do that. I guess I just regrowth that because why not? And yeah, we don't have shield, or we don't have weak, but it's ended up being mostly fine. We can key in a little bit more plated. And I don't think we need to play the Arcane Crystal this turn. The Arcane Crystal we may end up cutting. It's the thing is, like, if we ever find card draw, then the Arcane Crystal becomes very good. We just haven't found any card draw to go with it. I think we do have to upgrade the other Rummage, though, because I think drawing 2 cards is very important to making those do anything. And then, sure, we'll take that back, because after we do this, that does technically get us up on mana. Makes it better than just discarding without doing anything. So it's not discard, but passing turn with it without doing anything. Sure. Yeah, and if we had that toughen, I would feel much more confident about, oh, we could get a Chimera form. That would help. Trying to think through other ways that we could get whatever. So we have Adept, which is nice. And we can do quite a bit of Arcane here. And even more Arcane now. So, and we get to even regrowth. Bonus value. 132 Arcane. And that's not quite lethal. Okay, so we're going to pass turn because what's going to happen is this burn's going to hit, and then we can get the Thirsty Fang kill for value. Okay, Chimera form. And I think starting tough may actually, because that just lets us endure on turn 1, guaranteed. I think that's worth it. It's a bit weird, but overall, I do like it. And then we upgrade the rummage because that's, again, I think the issue that we're hitting. Can we cut the overflowing barrier? Maybe. I think it's our weakest card. Let's see what this event gives us. Hey! Do you enjoy this fight last time? Well, I've got good news if you enjoyed it last time. Because here we go again. I don't think I'm going to play this heavy stand here. So I'm not going to have enough mana to do everything I want here. So I'm just going to Acclamation. And then I think I just Chimera form to get even more tough so that we can... I want to do this so that I would be able to Predator's Focus. Yeah. Alright, get to, again, Purity away everything that's coming at us, which is nice. Set up a plated. And Shieldbot is also doing a lot of work for us, obviously. I'm trying to think if we need to play... I think we do this. Because I want to be able to... So that's going to cost 8. So yeah, this is exactly all of my mana. Oh, nope, that costs 10. I can't do math. Send help. I'm done. It's fine. I should have just done that first. I'm very smart. Can we discard that? I think we probably actually don't play the Frozen Hide this turn. Bonk bonk. Rude. I don't think we are King Crystal this turn. Right, we can actually do this now, though. For massive value. Huh, it's actually the first period we've burned to things. Just setting up all the purity. Just, you know, in case. Yep, Spellvector. Whatever, so. Alright. Bonk, 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 bonk. Does not hurt us. I don't think we need that. Do want to do that though because it lets us endure. So you're up to 5 plated. Oh no, we are getting shocked. Hey, got him. I think the Empower is actually kind of tempting. Yeah, I think we take the Empower. I think we upgrade. I don't think that does much for us. That's actually still okay. The other upgrade, I think. I like Mind Seed. I think it may be the Peace of Mind for the extra purity, although the Empower helps a bit. I think it may be free regrowth because that helps just make some things easier. I don't think I have any cuts. And I think we would take a Rocky Hide here if it's offered. I think we don't need this Cleansing Shield. I don't think we need this Warcry either, but we may as well. And we can kill you on turn 1, and even get the extra health, which is, the extra health, which is nice. Alright. Rude. We do now get to empower ourselves, which is pretty nice. And I think this gives us, that kill. So we don't take any actual damage. We have Purity. Which is fine. I can do that. Alright. Can never say no to more plated, even if we are winning it right now. I don't think we need that one. I think we take another regrowth, because regrowth is just very good. This does absolutely nothing for us. This is okay. I don't think it's better than anything we have, though. Especially because like Shieldbot makes hitting exact 0 very difficult. And I don't think that does anything for us. So unfortunately, we are fighting Ruby Dragon, which has no good drops if you aren't playing exactly the burn deck, which puts it in a rough spot. We will take more sturdy and more tough. More tough, more sturdy. More tough. And we will purity away that. Okay, let's... Peace of Mind. We don't need that. Yeah, I would have regrowth the Occult Ritual, but we just didn't have the mana for it. The important thing, though, is like as long as we can continue to... I think we want to Reclamation that. I don't think we want to regrowth it, though. Do we regrowth anything? Sure. Give us a ton of sturdy. And yeah, we just aren't going to take any damage as long as we can keep... Because like all of these attacks are based on our... how burned we are. So as long as we can avoid getting set on fire, we just laugh. And we still have a little bit more damage we can do before we are dealing with the babies. I think we are willing to do that. I'm going to regrowth just to Reclamation. Okay, now the sun's come out. Okay, so if you end your turn quickly enough, The summons don't get a turn. Huh. I'm gonna report that. Anyway, I could just empower regrowth and power. That's never a bad play. Guess we can see what we find first. I would love to have purity to work with here first. Let's go ahead and start dealing with you. And we are now unfortunately on fire. Which means that we now actually will take damage from these attacks. I can't actually do that. I think I copied these two. The reason I can't copy this is because it would eat the purity that we're going to set up. Which kind of defeat the point. Because I can do it once. There we go. Yeah, let me think. Regrowth, so then I can play this into that. I have to play that. Get this guy going. Instead of purity, because I think the rest of the fight is guaranteed to be in my favor as long as I can avoid getting dunked on. I don't even need to get more plated set up. Like, it just doesn't even matter. Yeah. I'm going to regrowth that. Rummage the rummage. Unfortunately, do not quite get to health damage, but it's fine. Yeah, just everything's going pretty well. I don't think we're playing that this turn, because I want to play Beam Power so I can get more purity. Yeah, Ruby Dragon is kind of a scrub. Yeah, I would say overall the discard portion of this is just not doing anything. So, probably not going to mess with that in my next Silan run. Just keep regrowthing the mana. Yeah, do just need more, as I've said a million times, I need more card draw so that I have a way to actually, like, have big turns. We don't need that, definitely. I don't like that, because we're not on burn, so I guess we take the Dispel Magic. Yeah, this is... None of these do a ton for us. I don't think that's better than like the Arcane Applied enemies on card discard. We aren't big enough into the discard strat. We have to take the Cleaver because, you know, I think it's better than completely discarding. I think the upgrades here are... I think the extra purity is worthwhile. I think the Dispel Magic is unnecessary because we have Arcane and we have Cleansing Shield and we have other stuff. So I do like picking up a Clear Focus potentially. And I would love to have a Ruinous Gamble. Although the fact that we haven't failed a Strenuous Vigor makes Ruinous Gamble a whole lot worse. Because Strenuous Vigor would let us just keep... Like, the Empower is unlikely to be enough to keep the Doom going, but we do have... we do have Regrowth. So, that's nice. So I think we start by doing this. Discard that easily because can't use it. We can kill this, but if we do, these guys hit harder. So I think we can let it live for a turn, especially because like we have this purity here. At this point, though, yeah, okay, I can take a little bit of damage here, just to make that jerk go away. And I think I do regrowth this, because I think this is a fight where having a bunch of purity set up is nice. I don't think I regrowth again, though. I'd love to find a pair of Tormenting Gloves. I think that's the big thing I want to find. This is very good in power. This makes it even better. Are we playing this turn? I don't think so necessarily. I think I'm fine with that. Saving a little bit of mana for this turn. Sure. I think I'm willing to play this twice. I think that's all I'm willing to play it. That's all the times I'm willing to play it. Sure. Oh, get a little bit more shield. This is for that. I was not paying attention to the fact that I had this. It's fine. You don't have to pay attention to anything if you're just abusing whatever. So I think, yeah, another note here is that, like, I just have not built up that much sturdy in any of these fights, even with all of the cards I have that generate sturdy. I do have quite a few. Like, I've got, you know, not infinite sturdy generation, but enough that I kind of feel like I'm kind of surprised I haven't found a little bit more. Yeah, I want to reclamation that rummage. Let's heavy stand. Sure, let's play out the hand. Why not? Pop one of those powerfuls. Idiot. We can rummage away a cleansing shield. I think we can rummage away the mind over body. I think I discard actually the endure and just... Oh, wasn't paying attention to fatigue. Yeah, well. Alright, and then we get almost lethal here. Oh, right, it hits itself. That solves that problem. Bane is actually probably good. Stroke of Genius, though, is the card draw that I think we need. And I think we have enough wits to sustain it, but we'll see. Not with that hand, we don't. Alright, so we can play this twice. Which isn't amazing, but it is something. I think we just have to kind of hope that we find mana. That works effectively. Do we play this? I don't think so. That seems a lot better. We can take you out of hit and make you lose critical, which is important because you're the one that has lethal. Alright. And now you can do that. Go ahead and pop you. Oh, yep. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Critting for 1. Whatever shall we do? Bonk. Alright. Whoop. Continuing to get Thirsty Fang kills. Keep not using this because I keep just not having good times where I'm like, I need to duplicatome. And it keeps not mattering. I think I just take more mana. This is kind of a relatively weak mana card, but I think that I don't necessarily want to tax my wits any further, since I don't have that much wits generation. Again, knock you out of... we have 1 wits, so that's not very appealing. This would mean that we have enough shield to fully block everything coming in. Take away 1 of those lethal stacks. And we can take away the lethal stack and the hidden. And now we just take 1 X2 across the board, which is manageable. Yeah. Continuing to take small amounts of damage. Important word there being small. Let's... I don't think I actually need... Well, let's go and do that, actually. Bonk. You twice. Hey, more value. Alright, Brainstorm and Defensive Mod are both very good. I think I take more draw. Druidic Cloak over the Masquerade Mask is kind of tempting because we just have relatively little amounts of weak. We don't have any vulnerable. Yeah, I think that I like the idea. Well, this is also very good over the Thirsty Fang. I think I like this a little bit more. I think I like just having the extra mana. I'm opening it to Clear Focus here, because Clear Focus is always great. Although, this is also a deck that's like fine with having the Prismatic Barrier. And this is going to blow up one of those purity, which is nice for us. Alright. So I can do this twice, or I can empower twice. Okay, I'm actually just gonna progress towards actually winning instead. It's gonna be boring. Alright. So, I know that cost me purity, but draw some cards. Okay, yeah, so I can do this. Which means that I now have plenty of purity to work with. And then, definitely doing that. I don't think I need that. Although this one, I'm not going to play Flash Bomb this turn because I don't want to accidentally blow up. I will get blown up from that, but it can't be helped. And I don't actually take any damage here. I just have purity stacks and some of my shield. I need to work on killing you. I think now I actually will use this, because if I don't, I will just not ever get around to it. Oh. Also because I had to do that. Of course. This does not get me that explosion that I need. This, though, might get you in Thirsty Flame range. Not quite. That will. Goodbye. I think I have to do that. And let's see, I could blow you up completely, but I think it's gonna be pretty close. And yeah, suicide, which is nice for us. We can bring this back, which conveniently means you don't have to worry about the Arcane Barrier. I think we'll take the Prismatic Shield. It's not amazing, but I don't hate it. And I do still kind of like having a little bit more shield generation. We are fighting Baelator, which makes our lack of evasion, our lack of weak, pretty annoying. Because Baelator hits hard enough that the fact that we're generating a relatively small amount of shield is going to be a problem. Yeah, this particular brand of tanking is not going to work out too well against Baelator, unfortunately. I think. I empower first so that when I brainstorm, I don't have to worry about losing my purity. I mean, I'm going to lose it here, but it's just to set up weak and vulnerable, which are way less of a concern. I think I will bring that back. Keep focusing down the front one. I think we copy these two. Which means that we now get to block all of the incoming stuff. And we are probably getting doomed here. The question is just whether or not we are going to be able to avoid taking damage from Doom. I don't think our shield generation is good enough to block taking damage from Doom, so we will see what happens. All right. I don't think... Oh, hey, it is on top. So we can Reclamation into Rummage into Arcane Crystal to save a bunch of mana. And hey, everything is going well. Let's play that into this, and I think we pitched the... Alright. Is this going to be... Gets close. Yeah, oh, got it. Say this is another turn where we really want to be pure. But fortunately, we are. And we should get to... Oh man. Yeah, the great thing about building it all up on the front one is that now we are finally hitting the back one. We get just so many explosions. It's beautiful. I think it's really worth it to do this. Yeah, because we aren't pure. Oh, yeah, we just get a frail, which is fine. The Doom is a little concerning, potentially. We can do this, because then we can just heal back. Alright. And then... this should be lethal. Okay, I think Strenuous Vigor is the play here over Corrupted Font. And I think Abyss Scepter is worth it because it means that our Cannon Blasts do help us set up whatever, even though the Cannon Blasts will set up curse off of the Abyss Scepter, even though we will otherwise have issues with stuff. We upgrade the Brainstorm. I'm considering cutting the Siphon card or a Void Focus. They're both pretty... I think the Siphon card is a little bit meh at this point. Would we take a Morbid End if it was offered? We might take a Hungering Focus, though. And the fight after this one is the one I'm really concerned about. Because I don't want to do that until I'm sure if I'm going to be able to afford it. If I do that, I mean do the regrowth dance, and I'm not going to be able to, so I will do this instead. More mighty and tough. All right. Unfortunately, now we do take a tiny amount of damage. Because, again, Shield Pod is doing good work for us. That's why we only take a tiny amount. I think here it does make sense to set that up twice. Will we be able to... It should cost 5? Yes. Okay. Oh, but we don't have plated set up. It's a little unfortunate. Still pretty good. Okay. Now we can do this. Or we set up plated. I was hoping I'd figure out a way to get this and this off, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. We'll go and do this. All right. Do we need this? I don't think so. And then I think we do want to do that. And unfortunately take a relatively major hit there. We have too many cards in hand. I think if I'm getting this back. And the reason to do that first is it sets up... I think I am going to regrowth the Empower. Frostberry, you're doing something. I wasn't a believer, but I was wrong. Okay. Shield. Exhaustion. Endure. Blow up. You're powerful. Probably not worth all of this effort on stacking plated, but it is very satisfying, so. I think I'm actually okay with reclamationing the, whatchamacallit. Yeah, we can draw more cards. Okay, so now this is doing 65, which I think is more than it would have been doing without all this shield. I absolutely am sequencing things wrong, but it's fine. Boom. So this guy has so much curse because it keeps cursing itself. Which means that it just loses Stall Wars, which is nice. Or rather, it loses Stall Wars provided you have the ability to prevent it from cursing you, which we do. Not quite lethal, but it has one curse on it. I think we might take the Morbid End. I don't think it's what we need against Baelator, though. I think against Baelator, the Stone Skin is more valuable. But yeah, so this fight comes out of the gate swinging. We have some tools to help us mitigate it a little bit, but I think we discard this because I think the Purity is more valuable. I think we actually duplicate these two because then we're going to go for that and that. Deliberately avoid tripping, whatever the fuck that. Any other treasures? Yeah. We're gonna do that, because that's gonna be very valuable. Make sure that the occult ritual is in our discard. Reclamation. Shrivel and triple. Alright, so we have one occult ritual, or we have one fatigue. Alright. So we take a little bit of damage again, but not too bad. And because we were able to abuse some stacking of stuff, we were able to get away. We were able to avoid getting cursed there. All right, so that's good because now we have our first plated stack, and we'll be able to stack more plated. I want to play this, but I don't want to deal with the thing. So, okay, so you're going to freeze, which is nice. You're going to not freeze, you're going to explode. And the other two are going to attempt to curse but fail. Which works out nicely for us. So unfortunately, we do not have any purity right now, which is awkward. Okay, we can do this. Alright, more plated. So these, the Arcane Whip, are going to blow themselves up on the Prismatic Shield. Let's see what we find right off of that. Okay. Don't really need any of that. Sure, we'll just set that up. I don't think I want to play the other one. Oh, hey, we get a bunch of freezes. That's convenient for us. And this will not be lethal? Nope. Okay. But it will next turn. Bye. Get a little bit of damage in. Yeah, and this is working almost entirely because Strenuous Vigor continues to be a gross card. This strategy is not being held together by reasonable decision making. And there we go. Yeah, more growth seems okay. Ooh, this seems very good. I was actually really hoping to see that because it lets us get ridiculous value out of our ability to turbo stack various things. So this isn't the best Strenuous Vigor, but it's okay. Most importantly, it means that we get an extra mana here from our growth. I think we want to Peace of Mind, and then do that, and then Empower. And then tag you for damage. We are going to take some damage here, but again, Shieldbot is going to intervene to prevent us from taking too much. I should have brought back the Empower. I wasn't thinking. I think we don't need the War Cry. I was thinking I was going to be able to get a thing off here. We are actually going to take damage for real here, I think. Not a ton, but yeah, literally one. That one is on me. Find from that. Getting off a couple explosions here, which puts you in Thirsty Fang range. Alright, nice. We can regrowth back. And we can actually pop you to take away your... You would have gotten more damage on this guy, but... Because the frozen, you get an extra point of damage, but take away the evasion, even though that's not super important. Okay. Attack more plated. Set up for second E, even more plated. I don't think we need that necessarily. I actually don't think we even need that. So we now have plus 50% because of our Mask of Rage, which doesn't mean that much here, but it will on the, plus of course the bonus we get from our shield, relatively small though that may be. Okay. So cross left this turn. Alright, and you are going to die. Just your own stiff. But yeah, like, unlike Occult Ritual, I can play Regrowth very quickly, and the Strenuous Figure still works properly. So yeah, we are now up to a gross amount of plated. And pitch that. Kind of like the idea of just doing this, just getting a bunch of shields set up. So we are now up to plus 50% adept, so 80% bonus from adept plus sword 130% arcane, which is pretty nifty. And so yeah, our Occult Ritual, which we've only played like once or twice so far, is still worth a ludicrous amount because of that. We will take a Keen Contemplation. I should have taken the Hidden. I think that's going to be relevant. That would have been relevant against this, the Day later fight, potentially. Just have to brazen it out. It'll be fine. Yeah, I think I just have to bring that back, unfortunately, even though it costs me all of my wits. Because I think getting that extra shield out is important. We're not going to get any value out of that this turn. Obviously, I kind of want to get as much as I can out of upping with the whatever. Okay, so we did get the Endure, which is important because it means that we are going to be able to up our plated stacks, which is obviously a very big deal. This is rude. This is a great time to get the Flash Bomb, though. We were able to take away the whatchamacallit, the Mighty. Go ahead and do that. Alright. Boom. Alright, so we should be good to go. I think at this point, the Cannon Blast is... Okay, it's not quite lethal. Does a little bit more damage for our Cannon Blast is now doing a little bit more damage than it was. Oh, but we don't actually quite want it to be lethal, because we want to Thirsty Fate. This isn't super appealing. It's not the worst, but it doesn't do a ton for us. I think I would kind of rather have the Mind Seed. And I think I would cut one of the Void Focuses at this point. I don't think I would cut a second one. I think it would only cut the one, although it's close. Mm. Yeah, I think that the discard aspects of the deck didn't come together, and I think I have just enough mana off the other stuff. This is absolutely better than Thirsty Fang. Yep. Temporary buffs are good. The Chimera form is made better by the Mask of Rage. I probably don't need it. I think I was going to cut something. It would be the Chimera, or I think it's the Frozen Hide. Mighty buff is nice. Wits buff is what we would really love to see here. We'll reroll because we may as well. I don't think Force Armor is any better, and I think Force Armor is, because we have so much max health to play with, I would rather just have it play with the max health rather than try and make that work. And I think the little bit of extra damage from applying status is nice. No Wits buff. That's not that good. That's useless. That's useless. Yeah, okay. Alright, let's... I don't think I'm going to Reclamation this turn, probably. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm taking some damage here, but... Okay, this helps. We're going to duplicate those two. I really want to be able to get these. So we're now up to 10 stacks of Mighty, which means that we're getting, yeah, plus 9, so plus 75 damage. Doesn't matter a ton, but the big thing here is that now the weak's going to go through, which is huge because that hit is massive. Unfortunately, we only get to do that once. I think it is worth doing these hits because even though it takes away the shock, because it sets up the curse, which is nice. Okay. I think we keep drawing and hope we find. Guess that's okay. Yeah. I think we still keep drawing. Oh look, we did eventually get past the purity before we were able to use things. I think I've lost a little bit of health here. Oh, I didn't get that played. I meant to. It's fine. Himself, which is nice. I think I do want to draw that next turn. All right. 71. And then 71 plus 12, as you may know, is 97. That's just math. That's just math. But yeah, like the level 10 passive, like the Mask of Rage is doing so much more for us than the level 10 passive ever could, because we've got plus 60% from that, as opposed to plus 23%. So. All right. I am willing to shrivel a couple times at least. I should play this because I am planning to use it. Draw cards. Just do that. And get a little bit more shield. Or value. Hey, we successfully have plated our way out of this attack, which is not a small endeavor. Because, yeah, Baelator does a lot of damage. And so, getting enough plated that you can negate it completely is not easy. Straw stuff. I think I'll probably just put the Empower on top of the deck. Alright. And yeah, we still take 8x2 from that hit because even with 16 plated and tough, there are still limits. There are not many limits, but there are still some limits. I do not think we need the war cry. Okay, I was hoping to find that one thing. The other thing that does this renews vigor, so copy that, but no luck. But we should still be fine because damage. I don't really want to. I want to end at full health because I can. So I'm not gonna play this. And there we go. That should be lethal. Okay, so I took some damage, but I healed it back at the end. I took 3 damage through recoverable. All right, and there is a Silan Occult Ritual build that really was basically all in on the Occult Rituals because I think Cannon Blast was our only other way to do damage. And of course the Cannon Blast was also then paired with the Abyss Scepter. But you know, a lot of times I pivot with the Occult Ritual decks into Curse, but that didn't happen here. We just went as hard as possible on tanking, and it worked out. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.